Today we are going to be reading from Uncle Arthur's Bedtime Stories, Volume 1, page 100, Spot's New Collar. Spot was just an ordinary little wire-haired terrier, but he was the joy of Bobby's heart. From the moment that Daddy had brought him home as a very tiny puppy for Bobby's birthday present, the two had been the best of friends. Of course, if Bobby had had a baby brother or a baby sister, perhaps Spot wouldn't have meant so much to him. But as he didn't have either, and was an only child, why, Spot took all the love he had. They had such happy, rollicking times together, and Bobby taught him how to do tricks as well as to behave as all well-bred dogs should. He even trained him to be friendly with Puss and let her into his kennel. Then one sad day, Spot disappeared. He just vanished, and no one knew where he was. When Bobby came home from school and heard the news, a trembling fear gripped his heart. Spot gone. Then, of course, he must have been run over and killed, as so many, many other poor little dogs are in these days of speeding cars. Some drivers care nothing about a dog, but no one around had seen or heard of an accident. Perhaps someone had stolen him. But how? And when? And why would anybody want to steal such a plain little terrier as Spot? Poor Bobby was heartbroken. He ran up and down the street, calling upon all the neighbors, asking if they had seen his pet, but all replied in the same way. They were very, very sorry, but they had not at all seen him. It was a long-faced little boy that came home that night. Bobby had walked miles, asking and searching everywhere, but with no result. "Don't worry so," said Mamma. "Perhaps he will come home in the morning." Bobby hoped so, but when he rushed out to the kennel soon after sunrise next day, no Spot was there. "Where can he be?" Bobby asked himself frantically. "And he'll starve to death without me to feed him. See, here's his supper all untouched." All day long Bobby worried, and when evening came again, with no sign or sound of Spot, he was ready to cry. "Isn't there anything else we can do, Mamma?" he sobbed. "Nothing, I'm afraid," said Mamma, "except to ask Jesus to help us find him." Bobby had never prayed so hard and so earnestly as he prayed that night, and the next day he did a very strange thing. All on his own, and without telling Mamma, he opened his little money box, took out all of his savings, which amounted to nearly $1, and set off downtown on a mysterious mission. By and by he returned, and entering through the black door right into Mamma. "Why, my dear!" she exclaimed. "Where have you been, and what in the world have you there? Such a beautiful collar and chain. Why—" Bobby blushed and was almost ready to cry again, but through the mist in his eyes he looked up at Mamma and said quietly, "I bought them for Spot." "For Spot!" exclaimed Mother. "But poor Spot's gone, and maybe—" "But, Mamma," said Bobby reproachfully, "we've asked Jesus to send him back, haven't we?"